Number 6 in the RCA Albums collection is the second LP from one of Elvis's movies, King Creole, and all of the songs on the album actually appear in the movie for the first time. Although Hard-Headed Woman does kind of get the short shrift in the movie, which is kind of ironic. It's the biggest song from the movie, and it's in there for less than a minute. That always confused me. I wish they wouldn't have got that. What's hilarious about King Creole, when I pulled this out of the box set, I was reading the backside, and I had to go grab my vinyl version of the original album just to make sure that it wasn't kidding. But it actually says here, in the role of Danny Finnell, Finnell. He's actually Danny Fisher. It's based on a book called A Stone for Danny Fisher. And thankfully, they recreated it. They didn't fix it. It's exactly as it appears on the vinyl album. I had to double check though, because I'd never noticed that. So that was kind of hilarious. So even on this album collection, I'm finding stuff on albums that I've had for years and never paid attention to. So it's really allowing me to go through and not only reappreciate the successes, but also the shortcomings as well. Speaking of which, there really aren't many shortcomings with the soundtrack of King Creole. They're all, I would argue, it's his first concept album. It's all New Orleans themed, like I talked about in the King Creole movie review. I would say the strong points are the obvious big hits, Trouble, King Creole. But my personal favorite has got to be Lover Doll. It's so light and airy. It's cheerful. Like, how can you not like that? And the coolest song, Trouble has that same sort of problem as some of his other songs, where it's a little oversung, but it's not bad. He pulls it off. But the song Crawfish is so cool, especially in the movie when he's just sitting there jamming. Like I said in the review, it's like he's in tune with the city, and that's the coolest thing about this album. Is this is the first album to really show Elvis stepping outside the bounds of traditional, what we now know is traditional, but at the time was new rock and roll, and he's doing rock and roll that's influenced by jazz and by kind of New Orleans big band sound, and that's always been really fascinating to me about this album. So Steadfast, Loyal, and True, like I said in the King Creole review, it's just kind of it's there, it serves its purpose in the movie, didn't have to be. I'm a completist, but it's not one that I go back to over and over and over. But overall, King Creole, I mean, we're talking Elvis in the 50s, so I have to apologize. These first 10 today are going to be very gushing, because, I mean, you can't really go wrong with Elvis in the 50s, even where he does kind of misstep. He still somehow manages to pull it off. But anyway, so King Creole, the album, is, I would say, just as good as the movie. If you can, watch the movie and then listen to the album, because both are phenomenal.